Hello. We are into the only lobby that is available now, as Lambo is still eating, I suppose, so everyone's here. It's going to be MarineLorD versus Drogo. And how did your camera get off center? There we go.
I have not touched it.
There's the
I'm a little
puppy.
dog in a bowl. I can't touch things.
Meow. Ow. Oh. Alright, MarineLorD versus Drogo. I don't have anything else to say.
Drogo. MarineLorD.
Okay, there we go.
Are you really hungry right now? I'm super hungry right now.
No, I have had a cup of Greek yogurt.
You'd be so proud of me. I have only had 400 calories so far today.
I mean, I guess I'm proud of you.
At
Like
1,000 by now.
Oh, that's cool. That means you have so much more to fill you up later.
No, because I'm just gonna eat like a horse for lunch as soon as we're done casting.
Yeah, that's the trick, isn't it?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WCS Mexico Copa Intercontinental qualifiers. These are the server qualifiers, and despite all the non-Europeans that came out today, most of them have been in, well, actually, they've pretty much all, except for True, been eliminated at this point. So mostly just Europeans from here on out, the loser side of the bracket. We got a couple rounds left to go, but this is an important match, not just for this one, but for the next one. I'll explain more in a moment. But to kick off these intros, in the bottom left side, we do have Millennium's blue Terran player, MarineLorD.
In the bottom right, as the red Protoss, he is Mind's Entity's Drogo. Clearly, they are having a lot of fun.
Yeah, just getting time to each other. I was going to just comment, though, for those who have really not been keeping up on what's been going on outside of this, first off and foremost, we talked a little bit about how a laser awaits the winner of this series, still here in the losers bracket. This is our last chances and all that, too, because there's no more qualifiers beyond these two that have already played. But Drogo currently sits at number 10 on the WCS rankings, and a laser at number 8. But the thing is, both of them are so close. Drogo is... Oh, wait, Elisa's actually exactly tied with Violet? I didn't know that. I thought it was a little bit different. Okay, well, anyway, sorry. That point aside, Drogo is still so close to even getting in the top 8. Elisa looking to maybe try and qualify through and lock down his top 8 spot. Both really, really, really want to go to BlizzCon. And it's so close, too. Like, if they don't even have to win WCS Mexico, they just have to get really far into it, and they'll be in that far representation. They'll be at BlizzCon for November.
Yeah.
So it's really important. I didn't even realize. I know Euthermal's close. I don't think Euthermal, even if he wins, can get through.
There's a lot of situations like that where you think like one last WCS event, if you can get final, that's a lot of points.
Euthermal could if he wins, I think.
There might be some addition to be.
He's really close.
Maybe. I just know that unlike the last tournaments, there's no automatic invite, so it really would be counting points up to the last second.
Yeah, it's not a WCS championship.
Yeah, thanks to Healer SC for the 7-month resub. What the fuck, Dan's game? Rifkin is not that cute as that puppy, Kipo.
I could go back to Tubbs, I guess. Or maybe one of the cute kawaii anime girls.
Kawaii. Okay, so a proxy Stargate, Drogo already, he scouted wrong, and he took advantage of it a little bit here by planning down this secret Stargate. MarineLorD, he also wasn't going for Reapers versus Zerg, I feel. Yeah, he was the one that we cast. Right? Oh no, this was another Protoss. I am already done. Oh, what am I? The point is, I don't think MarineLorD's been going for Reaper openers for some time.
No, because the other time it was when he did I believe Showtime. Sorry, I was trying to help you out, but I couldn't remember. Right. Showtime, and that's when we saw the cool Widowmine usage behind the barracks, just like we saw now even.
Right, so it was versus another Protoss. And yeah, he's just not opening with Reapers, and Drogo's going to get a lot of from this Stargate, potentially.
It's so close, though, to being, like, it's not dynamically new meta gameplay, but the way he uses his Widowmines, just being slightly out of position from where everyone expects them to be, works pretty well for him. Oracle going to come into the natural base, a little bit wary that there might be a Widowmine here, so you can see the kind of stutter control, and the Widowmine will pop off. Again, unconventional place. You don't expect it there, and that's a huge pick-off from MarineLorD. That is massive, because now it goes across the map. It's almost like... I don't know if that's something in French. You're coming, no good. I didn't arrive. I don't care. But the point is, he's dropping and is only overcharged to defend.
Yeah. So it's really important about MarineLorD's defenses, by the way, is that regardless of if there's a hidden oracle or not, he's prepping against it anyway. So that's unfortunate. Like, he doesn't have any scouting. You should be taking advantage of it. But because his Widow Mines are placed like they are and not taken with the drop, you can't take advantage of it. That's turned out very unfortunately for Drogo. He's going to get a second Oracle and might try to go in again, but we saw similar things happen to Showtime's second Oracle. The Widow Mines were still in a location that you did not expect, even moved, so you try and predict them and you can't, so this might still die. Third base should never be killed by Marine Drop without Stim. This was the only situation where it was even close, though, because it was only just put down. Still doesn't work out that way. Thanks to Power Jacouge for the 6-month resub. Oh, I was like, where is that? Okay, nothing done here. Widow Mine drops a Marine drop, unsuccessful. Yeah, there was a Widow Mine there. And the Oracle's still flying around. Medevac's flying whatever which way. Oh my god, but they can't really do anything. Adepts and Photon overcharge. Drogo is going to use his Stargate, even though it's proxy, to get a Phoenix just to help him out deal with the Medevacs a little bit more. I think it's a worthwhile investment to get at least one, just to tag the ones that have nothing in them, or to shoo away the ones that still have something in them but are hidden in a corner or something like that. Fortunately, really losing out on a lot of his Marines. Third base is going to be done, and MarineLorD really can't do much about that. He does not have a follow-up push. In fact, he just has a third CC. No secret third CC, because that did not work out well at all for him. And Sim and whatnot are all on the way.
Yeah, I like that. So MarineLorD does these cool things, right? Like whether the Widow Mine gets a good hit here or whether he drops the follow-up. He doesn't really do anything reckless behind it. He doesn't turn it into an all-in because he got like a good hit early on. He actually plays that straight-up macro, which is going to be the importance of what wins the game. I'm actually going to reference something a little bit odd here. Did you see the Age of Empires video that got posted recently?
I did not.
So I watched it, and to be honest, I didn't find it that interesting, but there was one interesting aspect of it where the guy found a way to basically put value to, or like a numeric value to your macro, which I thought was kind of interesting, and it's really made me start like watching these games more and seeing where these guys are hitting their strides. And of course, the number one thing is your production cycles of Marines. Like, are you producing 2 at a time versus 8 at a time, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But MarineLorD's got those add-ons finishing up, so we'll see that pick up in just a moment's time. Right now, his army's okay, especially without the +1. I don't think this is a fight he wants to take, but he could if necessary.
I'd be surprised if Drogo really want to take this, but Resident Glaze is almost done. +1's almost done. His production's a little bit later, and he's looking for an opportunity.
Right, I feel like it's less about whether Drogo wants to take a big fight. It's more like Drogo just wants to get the adepts in range of the SCVs, right? Because as we see, it just melts anything that would have been here. A couple Marines going to chase this off. Revelation, he knew this was coming, so he just starts walking away. The shades transfer. This wasn't too bad at all.
Yeah, he should have maybe predicted. I mean, he saw all the shades run in, right? So he shouldn't have lost as many SCVs as he did. Still not devastating amounts, and he does get the third base down on location with only a little bit of supply block. Whoopsie. +1 is done for both parties now, and they're pretty even on the +1 armor as well. No significant upgrade advantage here. There are Widow Mines. Drogo's gonna be careful if he thinks he can take on that army. Combat shield is not done, and Sim wasn't either if he did take a fight. There's a little too much, I think. Gets the annoying Cyclone that was chipping away at his adept count. And now it's MarineLorD's gonna push forward. Ooh. As I said, he doesn't have combat shields. Upgrades might be even. But I guess it's only adepts here. More stalkers are being warped in here. I don't know. That was questionable from MarineLorD. Really questionable. But he ends up running away, and not with too bad of an army supply. In fact, he's still up. Just has to go back home and wait for it. Does he notice some combat shields? I keep on checking like I've made a mistake. Like I'm the idiot who didn't recognize it, but nope.
No, I think it's a mistake for sure.
That's a problem. Okay, he does start it now, but that's where especially Resident Enclaves, those adepts are really taking out the Marines quite quickly. Against the Marauders, there was enough of them, and, Liberators, Widow Mines, whatever, but the Marines are going down pretty quickly. Drogo is going to still be looking for an opportunity instead of just staying at home. This could really backfire if there was a single drop or a Liberator or something countering for MarineLorD. But he tries to get the high ground advantage here. Gets it for about a second. And does get on top of all those Marines without combat shields. Wood Mines end up hitting, but not the greatest hits ever. And I think Drogo just about did it. Couple of Marauders left over. Liberator tries its best, but that Immortal... the Immortal was target firing the Marauders. Starting to push back a little bit now, and the Blink
Marauders are so
here.
good versus Stalkers. He's going to pick some up in that War Prism, but it's not quite going to cut it. Adepts now the front line. New Immortal comes in, but Widow Mines coming off of cooldown very soon. Maybe he can buy some time. Maybe he can get another shot, another round. One Widow Mine coming up right now. Goes up on the Adepts.
Ah, that was a good shot on the Adepts. But Drogo still has that War Prism. If the War Prism is dead, MarineLorD has time to breathe.
Well, might just be here. Oh,
that was close. Still would have survived. The Marines were right on its tail. A Mothership even comes forward, adding, like, I guess a Time Warp?
The army supply from Drogo is just falling. I mean, he's got that's a huge-ass warpin, so maybe I'll bite my tongue. But, I mean, for a moment there, MarineLorD actually took a big supply lead when it came to army. Losing out on SCVs, of course, not a great thing. But more Widow Mines, more planting them down, trying to get them on that front line.
If he had those 2 Immortals left over, I think he takes this fight, but he is over-dedicating.
Actually
uses the recall.
Oh, snipes off the Mothership core. No recall.
Psych!
Recall denied.
And while Drogo is on the way to his 4th base, and he has a good economy, and MarineLorD has been cut down to 38 SCVs, Drogo needs time to replace, like, 30 army supply. Now, mind you, some of this army supply is in Widow Mines that need to get shots and not terrible ones.
Well, I'm looking more towards the Liberators, right? He just cleared out the Stalker count. Sure, Drogo could warp in a couple more, but the Marauders left over, the Widow Mines, and these Liberators should be able to deal some pretty good counterattack damage. There's no way MarineLorD just sits at home happy. In fact, he is going to go across the map. Coming on that Watchtower just reveals there's really not a lot. Nice snipes on those Widow Mines, though, gotta say.
Yeah, gets 2 of them out, and Liberator a little bit low, too. Of course, no Mothership core. She died trying to recall. No Photon Overcharge. An Immortal joins, however. Upgrades are about to be in favor of Drogo, given like 30 more seconds.
Yeah, no Photon Overcharge really hurts that defense. There's the one, it doesn't even reach much. Like, accidentally hits the medevac.
Almost. He stops targeting it. This might be too good of a position. We do have Adepts, though, being warped in from that War Prism, and that's going to completely deny MarineLorD's 3rd base mining. But can he hold on? He needs to get around to those Liberators somehow, without getting hit by the Widow Mines. Probe just transferred to this base, which I'm not sure MarineLorD knows about. He does not, so he thinks maybe the probe's just being pulled away as far as possible. Adepts are getting cleaned up here. It's pretty damn close, but the Nexus going down is quite a blow. Drogo almost has enough of an army, and he can start using DTs as well. Upgrade's about to finish. Oh, I think you should wait for that upgrade. Plus the Widow Mine. I don't know. Oh, he's gonna go for it.
Though. I like that spread at the last second. The Observer came in and saw them.
Wow, he actually takes the fight pretty handily. Yeah, he does, and right before the upgrade finished.
So MarineLorD didn't really do a ton of economic damage to backlash on this, though. I mean, with that extra base up to the north, that fight almost is non-consequential.
Oh no! Oh jeez! Oh jeez!
Nice if he gets it. I don't think he's gonna get it,
drop him! Oh, thank God!
Drop it like it's hot. Scans to see those DTs, but turns them into Archons immediately. Liberator sets up, but it gets focused down pretty quickly, and I think Drogo's finally done it. Most of MarineLorD's supply is in empty and no energy medevacs.
Yeah. Very close for a very long time, and Drogo still missing that 3rd base has a very, very healthy 4th. Losing a couple Stalkers up here. I think that +2 armor is really helping out, especially if he warps in more Depths. Oh yeah, there it is. There it is. They're just about done it. Scan goes down to take care of the DT. The Immortal's not helping. Stop attacking the command center, please. But the Archon is quite a lot to get through.
It's soaking so much damage. The kiting's good out of MarineLorD. There's no mistake, but he actually can't even keep stimming. The medevacs are so low on energy. Snipes off 2 of them. Luckily, nothing inside them, but that 3rd base is still slowly going down to 1 Stalker. Meanwhile, Drogo doesn't even bother retaking his 3rd base. I think he knows he doesn't need it. It's all about trying to end the game here and now.
If Drogo did not have a 4th base up here, which MarineLorD does not know about, and he has a 3rd orbital, yeah, totally MarineLorD can bring this back. But now it's a 4th base, and MarineLorD doesn't have a 3rd orbital, so it is definitely, a game.
Picked up the Archon to save it inside that War Prism. That was kind of clutch, because that Archon really was at like 1 shield when it got picked up. That was nicely done.
War Prism almost went down. The Archon is sniped instead.
It's still Drogo pressing the issue, but he's got an upgrade lead now, too. I guess that +2 armor finally kicked in, too. I don't know when. I wasn't paying attention to that, but DTs coming in could actually, with scans, be very deadly. MarineLorD can't afford to keep scanning. 3rd CC disappearing the way it just did. GG. All right, nice job, Drogo. Zombie Gub, tell me I'm cute.
You're not that cute.
No, just shut up and tell me I'm cute.
You're cute.
Aww. Thank you.
Wow.
Are you ready for this though? Hang on, this sounds super cool. I found this is a secret built into it. Are you ready?
Okay.
You don't want to make me mad.
Whoa! It turned
Crazy.
Super Saiyan.
There's like a evil mode too. Is it 6? I don't remember which one it was. I was fooling around with these.
Hold on, let's set it up. You're a bitch.
Wow, I can't believe you would just say that about me! Look at her crazy eyes,
Jesus. Ah.
Heaven has sent judgment upon you.
That was pretty creepy.
Just kidding, JK, guys.
Oh.
If her eyes didn't go all psycho, this would actually be super cool looking. There we go. I unpsychofied the eyes. Now she's just like hot.
Totally. Usually wings aren't my type.
Yeah, you're not into girls who have wings?
Nope. Not so much.
Funny, I've never met a girl who has wings. Actually, no, I take that back. Because that's that thing you do with your eye makeup, right? Oh, that always looks so good.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Thanks to, what have we missed here? Mentat Peter. For 11 sub. Thank you. And we got a new sub. Siegits04. New sub.
Nice.
Alright.
New sub.
Alright. Let's swap them around, and we're going into Frozen Temple. In the bottom right, he is down. Oh, I messed him up. They were right before. In the bottom right, down 1, he is the blue Terran, MarineLorD.
And of course, opposing him in the upper left side of Frozen Temple, we've got the Mind Sanity player, the red Protoss, Drogo. I actually feel bad. I didn't realize how connected to my insanity I was through Penguin. At least, not like in terms of like knowing people there, but in terms of caring about the team. Because I just kind of forgot Drogo was on my insanity until it just clicked here in game 2.
The way you said that was really confusing. I thought you were talking about your mental state being connected to penguins.
Yeah, well, we're totally blood brothers, so I mean, there's that too.
I thought you were talking about literal penguins.
Oh, little penguins.
It's like, I just never realized how much I really care about penguins, and now that they're all dying, it's a global warming. My sanity is just on an all-time low. Yeah. I kind of get that, though. I mean, I was never, like, the huge fan of Mind Sanity. I really liked what they were doing, and I appreciated, like, all the players that were, you know, they're up and coming, and they actually, I guess, bloomed underneath the team name, but I don't think I've really had a favorite foreign team ever. EG at one point, I guess.
I think for me, it's safe to say Liquid. I've really enjoyed their players for long enough that I would say I'm a fan of them.
Yeah, you think that would be an easy answer because I like so many players on Liquid. Do I really care about Team Liquid? I'm not so sure. Not so sure. Well, anyway, we do have a proxy coming down. So this is a proxy with a command center. That's a little oddly timed, and Drogo should notice something's a little bit off about this. It actually didn't come down quite as quick as it should have for not having a Reaper with it, and, well, he's checking. He's looking. Thanks to Max Diffie for the 19-month resub.
Hype. So this is, I just want to say, like, if this ends up being not for the factory so much, but for the starport, I really like this, but this is usually done with the Reaper, right? So, A, Drogo hasn't taken damage leading into this, and B, there's no distraction elements.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it goes straight into the starport. Now, he actually does this in a way that it doesn't look like it's going to be for a tech lab. It's going to just elevate her up the Widow Mines, I suppose.
Yeah. There's a little trick that you literally just walk the Widow Mines in, and it's so unexpected they can't do anything about it, but this is the safer, more used way to do it. It's gonna hit, like, what, 20 seconds faster than normal? Frozen Temple, not that big of a map to begin with to get a medevac from here to here, but just that little extra bit can be a big surprise.
Well, one thing I would love to see, actually, more so than Widow Mines, and it's not going to happen, but Hellions would actually be really cool. Elevator some of those up to the high ground, really unexpected, run around, get some kills. Whereas Widow Mines are like a one-shot wonder. Sometimes they go off on one probe, and sometimes you wonder why you made them.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's
Feels
just
bad,
about
man.
waiting.
Yeah, we've all been there with that one Widow Mine, that one time. The one downside I see to this, though, is if MarineLorD was getting attacked by Drogo, like, you wouldn't have that really awesome Widow Mine placement back at home that stopped the Oracle so easily last game.
Well, Drogo, just so close to finding this out, is going to be in for a big surprise. You will have an observer on his side of the map, just barely. It actually timed out quite well, but as long as he pulls the probes, this observer is going to pop out in time to make sure a second attack doesn't happen. Oh, that was pretty instant. Oh, yeah, that was good. That one probe almost dicked over every other probe. I'm just throwing it out there. But just barely didn't. So was that really worth? I mean, that's a lot of production on the other side of the map, and it didn't really get you that quick of a easy win here. It's gonna get you maybe some more probes, but Drogo's responding now that he knows for sure it's a Widow Mine drop, even though it is proxied, with how you respond against Widow Mine drop. That is, you can't kill a base, so he's gonna get a third base, and even if 20 probes die, or should have triple probe production.
This picture from Mecca of Crusher of Cities, by the way. Gotta give a big shout out. I just changed my Twitter profile picture to it. Alright, so the Observer cleans up these Widow Mines. Good control to Drogo, made sure that this didn't get too out of hand. Even the Liberator coming in, I don't think will be too much of a trouble. He's got enough Stalkers if he's really worried about it. Just pulls probes away temporarily. It's totally fine.
Yeah, not a super big deal. I'm seriously worried for MarineLorD. Like, it doesn't look like such a big deal. I mean, this could be just a regular Widow Mine drop that wasn't successful off of 2 bases, and it's really like, it's whatever. But it's proxied, so a lot of production that is assumed to happen... Okay, well, I got 4 probes. Finally, something happens. It's gonna take a long time to replace or wait for. I don't think he'll replace a factory and a starport. He's got to bring that back home.
Well, last game for MarineLorD, we saw, first off, really scrappy fights that led up to the end of that last game. But one of the things that worked out really well for him was his awesome setup for macro leading into that. This time around, his factory and his starport are way across the map and out of position. His buildings at home are a little bit late to the party, and even now a little supply blocked awkwardly enough. I'm actually worried that his macro, as good as it was last game, it didn't win him the game. Anything less than that is certainly going to lose him game 2.
3 more probes. Slowly getting worth. Oh, but Drogo's onto it, man. He had an observer scout the main base like a minute or 2 ago and realized something was over here. He really doesn't want to lose these structures. Like I said, he doesn't want to replace them. Almost lost an evac.
Oh, man, the fact that, like, even if these live, it's going to be such a long trip to get home, and I actually don't think they'll get home. Drogo could really justify segmenting one stalker off to chase these and cause them to burn.
Yeah, it took a very long way home.
I mean, if you're a fan of Drogo, if you're watching the WCS standings closely, this is a great start for this second game for him, right? But if you're a MarineLorD fan, you're just kind of like, why?
Or a Terran fan. Maybe you don't particularly care for MarineLorD, but he's the last Terran. Well, him and
Thermal's still in it, so.
Him and Thermal. Thermal is quite far along the bracket too, so he's a bit better for chance.
Yeah, hopefully watching streams, various casts getting covered.
Yep. Where's that warp in? There it is, on the front lines. We'll probably see something pretty similar to last game, and like you were talking about, anything less than last game means MarineLorD does roll over and die, because he did end up losing eventually after a very long, hard-fought battle. So his lack of starport production, you know, his focus on the Widow Mine drops instead of anything else, will that kill him when it comes time for Drogo to push? Drogo's lost, what, 9 probes? Actually 12, 13, 14, 15? 14 probes. Was that enough to kind of equalize the proxy? Which he's still proxied. There's just so few medevacs. Last game he had like 8 medevacs something. That was like most of his army supply. Every stim hurts so much. I think Drogo's got this. Upgrade advantage is in favor of MarineLorD, and these adepts don't have resonating glaives. This is actually a very bare bones army.
Yeah, the +1 for the from the Marines, I think it would be better. I love this Warp Prism micro that Drogo is doing behind this. I mean, nothing can get close enough to statement focus it down. Stalkers take out the Liberator. The army supply is just falling for MarineLorD.
GG.
GG.
I was gonna say, if there's any way that MarineLorD takes that fight, it would have been because that was a very bare bones Protoss army, but no, numbers still worked out quite well, especially without healing. The last second, we had Crusher of Cities donates $13.37, probably to find a secret, but he didn't. I don't know what drugs they put Riffian on for his crippling bonitis.
I'll tell you what, though, dude. If you had donated 13 or 37 less cents, you may have found something, though.
Oh, this is definitely the next best thing to a drunk stream. Poor Zombie Grub. Sounds...
You're just jealous that you don't look fierce like me.
Fierce. Okey-dokey then. Alright, so I don't know if we're going to be casting Reign vs. Lambo. Hold on. Could probably tell you. No, looks like they have started. So we're going to skip that then and probably just follow Drogo to the laser.
Drogo to laser's been a more important match anyways, but you know what else? That match, it sounds delicious.
And we're going to go to a break. See you guys soon.